And you know it's all for charity. So we can take 2 from the top. And remember, it's for Papa. There's got to be more taken from the crop. Then he waved a Papa newsletter under my nose. Have you seen this publication? And with his gold pen, he quickly wrote, and 2 more acts were taken. Now things were getting pretty grim. My act was getting shorter as Bartering Bob went to work like an outback mailroom sorter. He clutched, he ducked and dived and danced around with speed his gold pen flashed. At the end my act was cut and my hopes of fame were dashed. Now this man's a legend, a man of some renown, but you better make sure he's on your side when Bartering Bob comes to town.
Waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? And he sang as he waited till his Billy boy. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda.
Waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda.
Waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited till his Billy boy. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. No, sad. Get back there. Oh, that's not fair. Come on. More. Finish it off. More.
No, really, Jake.
Got to the ball. What? Choked.
What, that's it?
I don't get it.
And then?
She didn't either, but after midnight.
And then there was none.
We were going to have reciting.
Bloody Nora.
Subject, helping those drunk. There's not many of us here. Subject, helping those drunk. I read that again. How many words?
You only got half a page.
Right. A man and his wife are awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning by a loud pounding on the door. What a bar. The man gets up, goes to the door, where a drunken stranger standing in the pouring rain is asking for a push. Not a chance, says the husband. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pissing down raining outside. He slams the door and returns to his bed. Who was that? Asked his wife. Stuffed it fine, huh?
Doesn't like that.
Listen,
This is a polite version.
just some drunk guy asking for a push. Did you help him? What do you reckon? No, I didn't. 3 o'clock in the bloody morning. It's pissing down rain. There's bloody pitch black outside. His wife said, can't you remember about 3 months ago when we broke down, 2 blokes come over and give us a hand? I think you should be ashamed of yourself. I think you should go and give him a hand.
Volume.
The man gets dressed. He goes out in the pouring rain in the darkness. He stands out and he calls out into the dark. Hello, are you still there? Yes, comes back to you. You still need a push? Yes, comes a reply from the darkness. Where are you? I'm over here on the swing.
Yeah.
Whenever the social studies teacher, I think it was away, he'd take the class. The thing is, he had no interest in social studies at all, so he'd tell us Lawson and Banjo Patterson stories. And I think I probably enjoyed that part of school more so than any other at all. That's not to say I actually know any by heart. I'm wearing Lynn's glasses too, I'd like to say.
Very nice.
And Lynn's agreed to sort of help me out a little here, because this bloke was so animated. I think the reason we all become so very why we enjoyed the class so much is because this maths teacher was very animated. And if you can sort of picture a very tall, lanky bloke bouncing around the class, which Lenny is. Anyway, here we go. 'Twas Mulga Bill from Eaglehawk that caught the cycling craze. He turned away the good old horse that had served him many days. He dressed himself in cycling clothes.
Come on.
You take their attention away from me.
Lynn, you're better off if you're standing in the light on this side.
I'll cast a shadow on his talk.
Yeah, that's, no, there, that's good.
Have another go. 'Twas Mulga Bill from Eaglehawk that caught the cycling craze. He turned away the good old horse that had served him many days. He dressed himself in cycling clothes, resplendent to be seen. He hurried off to town and bought a shiny new machine. As he wheeled it through the door with air of lordly pride, the grinning shop assistant said, "Excuse me, can you ride?" "See ye, young man," says Mulga Bill, "from Walgett to the sea. from Conroy's Gap to Castlereagh, there's none can ride like me. I'm good all round at everything, and everybody knows. Although I'm not the one to talk, I hate a man who flows. But riding is my special gift, my chiefest sole delight. Just ask a wild duck, can it swim? A wildcat, can it fight? There's nothing clothed in hair or hide or built of flesh or steel. There's nothing walks or jumps or runs on axle, hoof or wheel. But what I'll sit while hide with hold and girths and straps are tight, I'll ride this here two-wheeled concern right straight away from sight. 'Twas Mulgabill from Eagle Hawk that caught his own abode, sought his own abode, that perched above the Dead Man's Creek beside the mountain road. Well, lost you. He turned the cycle down the hill and mounted for the fray. Get on the bike.
Get on your bike. On your bike.
Turn the hands off.
Yeah, well, that's what we ride. He turned the cycle down the hill and mounted for the fray. But ere he'd gone down a dozen yards, it bolted clean away. It left the track and through the trees just like a silver streak. It whistled down the awful slope towards Dead Man's Creek. It shaved a stump by half an inch. It dodged a big white box. The very wallaroos in fright went scrambling up the rocks. The wombats hiding in their holes, in their caves dug deeper underground, as Mulgabill, as white as chalk, sat tight to every bound. It struck a stone and gave a spring and cleared a fallen tree. It raced beside a precipice as close could be. But then as Mulgabill let out one last despairing shriek, it made a leap of 20 feet and headed into
20 feet, not 20 inches.
Eagle Hawk that slowly swam ashore. He said, I've had some narrow shaves and lively rides before. I've rode a wild bull round a yard to win a £5 note.
Get it out of his pocket.
But this was the most awful ride that I've encountered yet. I'll give that two-wheeled outlaw best. It's shaken all my nerve. To feel it whistle through the air and plunge and buck and swerve. It's safe at rest at Dead Man's Creek. We'll leave it lying there. A horse's back is good enough, henceforth for Mulgabill.
Well done. Thank you.
Off at the pub for a while. When he arrived, he actually noticed down the far end of the bar was a little guy sitting on the table. Well, as we all know, it's a leprechaun. The locals introduced the leprechaun, said that's little Jimmy, he sits down the bar and he's our regular guest every night. So Wayne thought, well, that's fine. He ordered his beer, had his beer. He's sitting there for a while and he's drinking, talking with the locals, put his beer down, and all of a sudden he heard this great big noise. It was. He looked down the bar and here come little Jimmy. He ran along the bar and he came up to Wayne's beer. He put his head in his beer and went, he turned around, looked at Wayne, he headed back down. He walked away quietly, turned around at Wayne, smiled, waved at him, went back down the other end of the table. Wayne thought, well, that's a little bit odd. I mean, it's probably some sort of local tradition that goes on in the pub. Really strange, but that's fine. So Wayne could live with the local traditions. He ordered another beer, finished off that one, he ordered another beer, he sat there, he's drinking his beer. Lo and behold, a little bit later, the same noise. He looks up and here comes Jimmy thundering down. Stuck his head in his beard and looks up at Wayne, smiles at him, turned around and quietly walked back down to the other end of the bar. Well, of course, by this time, Wayne's getting a little bit annoyed by it because, you know, tradition, that's fine, but this is a bit embarrassing. So he did it again. He finished his beer, turned around, ordered another beer, and this time he was waiting for him. So as little Jimmy came tearing down, stuck his head in and went... Wayne grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and he said, "You little bugger, what do you think you're doing? If you do that again, I'm going to pull your pants down and I'm going to cut your dick off." So he plonked him back down on the bar and the leprechaun said, "He can't do that to me." And he said, "Why not?" I said, "I can do whatever I like. If you go and do that to my beer again," he said, "I'll do that to you." He said, "You can't, I haven't got one." Oh, Wayne said, "That's terrible. I feel really embarrassed now. I'm ashamed of myself for saying that." He said, "Well, that's embarrassing. How do you go to the toilet?"
Everybody hates me, thinks we'll go and eat worms. Round ones, long ones, skinny. Fat ones, short ones, worms that squiggle and squirm. Bite their heads off, suck their bloods out, throw their skins away. Nobody knows how we can eat worms 3 times a day.
I've got to find number 15. Now we present Robin from Corrimal when she is an old lady.
I'm an old lady. I'll live with my son, if I had one, and make his life happy and filled with such fun. I want to pay back all the joys he's provided, returning each deed. Oh, he'll be so excited when I'm an old lady and live with my son. I'll write on the wall with red, white and blue and bounce on the furniture wearing my shoes. I'll drink from the carton and leave it out. I'll stuff all the toilets and oh, will he shout when I'm an old lady and live with my son. When he's on the phone and just out of reach, I'll get into things like sugar and bleach. Oh, he'll snap his fingers and shake his head. And when he is done, I'll lie under the When my son's wife cooks dinner and calls me to meals, I'll not eat my veggies and salads congealed. I'll gag on my okra, spill milk on the table, and when he gets angry, run fast as I'm able. When I'm an old lady and live with my son, I'll sit close to the TV, through all channels I'll click. I'll cross both eyes to see if they stick. I'll take off my socks and throw one away, and play in the mud until the end of the day. I did that today. And when I'm an old lady and live with my son, and later in bed I'll lay back and sigh, and thank God in prayer and then close my eyes. And my son will look down with a smile slowly creeping and say with a groan, "She's so sweet when she's sleeping." I'm an old lady and live with my son.
Okay, the next one is Foxtrot Convoy Communications, and starring in that act is Andrew, Carl and Joy.
Stay away from the move. Cheers. Stop for morning tea and toilet break. Lunch about 12:30, the end of Broken Hill.
Quick, stop!
Where's our first toilet stop?
Didn't you listen 5 minutes ago?
Is the toilet accessible?
Look, Red Rooster!
How long's this road up ahead tar for? Tail end here, we're stopping for a driver change.
Yes.
Tail end on the move again.
Okie dokie. Yuppa!
Get Okie.
Sheriff to the trip leader, permission to tell a joke. Okay. Why did that chicken cross the road? Because he was a chicken.
And then?
And then?
That's the punchline.
What the?
That's strike one, Sheriff.
Caroline, have you got a problem driving over 85 kilometres per hour?
Get off your high horse! I'm just following convoy procedure as we spoke about at the meeting, and that's the way I've understood it.
Well, my truck's overheating back here. Get a move on. Sheriff here. Permission to overtake the convoy, please, convoy leader.
Why, Sheriff?
Because my Pajero develops a severe fuel leak when I get under 90 kilometres per hour.
We are doing 90.
Tail end here, we're only doing 70 kilometres per hour back here.
That's where that says 100.
I'm only doing 60.
120. Okie, check out the Oomy Doodle birds on the left.
Can you get a photo? Are we there yet?
Andrew just pulling over. Graham's just trashed me tyres.
That's Dad, can't take him anywhere.
Tail end Charlie, back on the move again.
Convoy leader, stopping to green the grass a bit. Did anyone get that?
Yeah, I got that. You were saying...
Wayne, UHF is RS.
Sheriff here again. Permission to tell another joke.
Okay, Sheriff.
Well, there's an Irishman, a German, and an Australian. And they go into an outback pub. And the German, he orders a Heineken. And the barman gives it to him. The Irishman goes to that same pub and he orders a Guinness. And the barman gives it to him. And then the Australian goes into the pub and he orders a Schooner and you.
And then?
And then?
Stop the punchline again.
Is it supposed to be funny?
There's nothing to get.
Well, don't you get this joke? Well,
Who wants tail end trivia? Okie dokie.
Yeah, me please.
What famous landmark is located at Gala?
Rabbit Rock.
There's rock.
The Rock.
What rock? What is the gear shift pattern on a Land Cruiser Auto? Is it the clutch or the clutchless model?
The clutchless model, which has a few positions on a T-bar. There is a for reverse to make it go backwards, a to hold it in neutral, and a dirt for drive.
I've got a brain teaser, lovelies. Camper goes looking for a torch, following a beam of light. She seeks assistance from fellow campers, and immediately the torch is located. Where was the torch?
It was in the hand.
John, do you got a copy?
Yes, John?
Could you please look in the green bag in the left-hand compartment on the right-hand side? At the bottom of the bag, there is my wallet, and at the left-hand side at the bottom of the wallet, there's a little blue gadget. Next time we stop, can you get that for me, please?
Was that at the back of the green bag in the left-hand compartment, in the right-hand side, down the bottom?
No, Liddy, listen. The left-hand compartment, the right-hand side, down the bottom, in the middle, in my wallet to the side to the left.
It's not there.
I'll get it later.
Big flood puddle coming up. Recommended speed 120 kilometres an hour. Windows down. Passengers heads out the window. Great Photoshop.
Totally got that.
Yeah, convoy leader. Just pulled up south of the puddle. Look at the map. There's a 95 kilometre detour. That's all on the tar. I'll see you at camp.
Sheriff, the convoy leader. Permission to tell another joke.
You can have a punchline this time.
Everyone will love this one. There's a truck driver out in the outback, and his truck stops. So he rings up his boss. He says, "Boss, I've got a pig stuck under my truck." His boss says, "Well, get a stick and get it out." Half an hour later, he rings up his boss and he says, "It's still stuck there, boss." And he says, "Well, get a shovel and get it out." He rings up the boss again and he says, "Stuck around the tail shaft." He said, "Well, cut it off with a knife." So he did. What that?
Therefore.
Sheriff, permission to tell another joke.
Sorry, Sheriff. 3 strikes and you're out.
Stu, what are you doing up ahead? You're all over the road.
He's got no hands on the wheel.
Yeah, I've got both hands back on the wheel, and I'm very satisfied with it.
Anybody get that?
I did.
Is this the outback?
Okay.
Anybody know what those dirt mounds are on the right-hand side of the road?
Rabbit's nests.
Are we there yet?
Convoy team left in the back of nowhere caravan park. Convoy leader, just heading into town, see if there's a car wash. Inconsiderate bark splashed itself on the windscreen.
G'day, g'day.
And there you go. What do you know?
We'll
Strike the light.
With our last act of the evening. This time we have a radio mixer, and the stars of the show are Rochelle, Karen, Craig, and I'm going to start with the narrator, and then we'll have our stars. to listen to foreign affairs.
Barbara.
Morocco again.
Agriculture. Gardening, domestic science, etc. Talk on station NTS and a farming talk on station COW. He couldn't talk to them all, so he kept on switching from one to the other, picking up bits and pieces from each talk. This is what it sounded like to the neighbours.
Madam Delwater speaking. I want to have a word with mothers of newborn babies.
How do you do, folks? This is your motoring expert. Tonight I have a trick in store for you. I'm going to tell you about a new car.
Hello listeners, this is the farmer's friend on the air again. Tonight I'm going to talk about cows.
A child 1 month old should be
rubbed down with a soft chamois. The new arrival gives 50 miles to the gallon provided you give it
2 litres of milk. This is not enough and it's and it proves that your Jersey has something wrong with it. When it eats too much grass, it should be
held carefully to prevent chafing. When it is teething, it is passing through a very critical stage if you find that the gums are swollen.
Take the head off and check that open. The new model should never consume more than
2 bags of chaff per week. This, however, should only be necessary on cold nights. If the night is particularly cold,
put another nappy on. Carefully should be taken to avoid sticking the safety pin in.
it's big end. Otherwise, you'll get plenty of squeaks from the body.
when she is chewing the cud, she is contented. When handling bulls, you want to see the animal doesn't get cornered. If it does, it will charge right at you.
Kiss you and call you mummy. This is a very interesting time for the young mother, so that at this time the child should have
upholstered seat with side curtains to match. If your battery goes flat, all you have to do is
wet its udder with a little warm milk. When milking, if the tail is annoying you, roll it up and
put it in the child's throat. Baby food must be well digested, otherwise it will suffer from
foot and mouth disease. She dip on the affected part will.
Oh, sorry. Make the baby cry for more if you find this annoys you.
Trade it in for a new one. It can be had in different colours such as
brown, white and brindle. If you find that the cow is going dry,
dip its dummy in glycerine. If this fails to have the desired effect,
press the self-starter. When you get home tonight, put the car in the garage and say to your wife,
move over strawberry.
Our wonderful night of entertainment, so everyone here, well done. Thanks for a great night.
And a special thank you, Caroline.
Yes.
And our wonderful audience.
You ready?
and when I stepped off,
Nah.
It was not on the video, so we have to do it again.
only water on the first series.
On the original series.
You gotta be fucking joking.